Well, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us on KREM 2 News First at 4. I'm Tom Sherry.
Welcome, everyone. I'm Mark Hanrahan. Whitney is on assignment today. 3 of the 15 people charged after the 2019 death of a WSU freshman pleaded guilty to furnishing liquor to a minor today. Sam Martinez died from alcohol poisoning after an Alpha Tau Omega fraternity event.
So these 3 are the first to face punishment for what happened on the night of Martinez's death. KREM 2's Ian Smay has been following the case all along. He joins us now in the newsroom with more on their sentences. Ian.
Yeah, Mark, Tom, the 3 suspects who pleaded guilty are Nolan Valsic, Cameron Thomas, and Maxwell Rovegno. They all received the same sentences as part of their plea deals. They will all only have to serve 1 day in jail, which must be served within 90 days of the sentence being handed down. That means they will have to serve it by December 23rd. Another 363 days of jail are part of the sentence and will be suspended as long as they don't violate the terms of that sentence. They will also have to pay $543 in fines, with another $500 suspended, again assuming they don't violate terms of the sentence. These 3 are on probation for 8 months, and during that time, they also have to follow a few rules in order to avoid more jail time and fines. They all have to avoid breaking any more laws and complete a drug and alcohol class. They will also have to complete a victim impact panel, which is normally done for those convicted of DUI. Again, all 3 pleaded guilty to furnishing liquor to a minor, and on the morning Martinez was found, a Poland police officer explained to the fraternity's president what that entails.
Possibly furnishing liquor to minors. Right, which is a misdemeanor.
For Wes, or is that for everyone involved?
No, it would be, it's like this. Here you go. I gave that to you.
So it would be
a person.
One thing to note is that once these 3 complete the day in jail, the alcohol and drug course, and the victim impact panel, they will be on what's known as unsupervised probation. That means they won't have regular check-ins with a probation officer, but if they break the law again during those 8 months, they could be forced to serve part or all of those 363 days of suspended jail time or pay another $500 in fines. We should also mention that these 3, Nolan Valsic, Cameron Thomas, and Maxwell Rovegno, were not charged for giving Sam Martinez liquor specifically. Also, as part of Valsic's plea deal, one of his 2 charges were dropped. 12 more suspects are still facing charges in relation to the investigation into Martinez's death. We reached out to the lawyer representing Martinez's family, but we have not heard back yet. In the newsroom, Ian Smay, KREM 2 News.
The city of Spokane has selected the Guardians Foundation as the year-round operator of the Shannon Street Shelter.
The $1.85 million contract begins on Friday. There is space for 72 adults. The Guardians have been running the center as an emergency pandemic shelter for the past year now. Well, under the new year-round contract, the Guardians will provide a night-by-night drop-in and day-use shelter with wraparound services. Director of Administration Ellen Smith says serving as a year-round shelter will allow their organization to expand services. They will also be able to remain a consistent resource come this winter.
So it's really great for us to go from being an emergency provider to a year-round provider. It helps build the relationships with the clients that utilize our services, but it also adds more services that we can provide, knowing that we're not going to close our doors 6 months later or 3 months later, depending on what season it is. And in the summer, 2 weeks later. So by having a continuation of services, it allows us to really build the relationships and help people move up and out of homelessness instead of being stuck where they're at.
Well, tonight at 5, our Amanda Rowley will explain how the Guardians will use this contract to bring resources directly to those in need of services. All right, let's talk weather, shall we? We are about a week into fall, and the weather's certainly feeling like it. We had that rain moving yesterday, and it was kind of cooler today. The rest of the week, going to look like that as well?
Yeah, and yesterday we picked up just over 1/3 of an inch of much-needed rain. A few showers still expected today, certainly cooler as well. You can see the wind out of the southwest at 17 miles an hour and 58 degrees. Showers are mostly now to the north of Spokane and to the east of Spokane. And we're even seeing an isolated thunderstorm, too, up to the north of us. We'll look for partly cloudy skies overnight with a low of about 41 degrees. Little fog tomorrow morning. Again, temperatures trending about 10 degrees cooler than average for this time of year. We'll look for a high on Wednesday of 60 degrees. We are still on track, though, for a beautiful weekend with mostly sunny skies. 70 on Saturday. Could get up to 73 on Sunday. I'll have the rest of your 7-day outlook coming up in a couple of minutes.
Well, today the chair of Coeur d'Alene School Board announced the board will not be voting on a mask mandate in the near future. This after hundreds of vocal parents showed up to protest against a potential mask mandate last Friday. The meeting ended up being canceled for safety concerns. Well, today in a letter to parents, the board chair announced that next week's meeting will be entirely virtual and not in person. And again, she says she has decided a mask policy will not be on the agenda, despite pleas from local doctors and pediatricians that the district take steps to slow the spread of COVID in the community. The board chair wrote that the board does not want to see any, quote, disruption in the educational environment of students. Chair Jennifer Brumley also wanted to explain why the board canceled last Friday's meeting. She said no threats were made to trustees or staff before the meeting was canceled, but when the crowd outside learned they all could not come in because of capacity concerns, police told the people, or the board rather, that the people outside were threatening to break the door down. She was also told police were not ready to handle that type of situation. As the crowd then grew more angry and protested outside the district, she said she then became tearful and truly saddened. She said, "I was concerned for my safety in light of the anger over canceling the meeting." So next week's meeting will be held via Zoom. You can find a link on the district's website. They will not have public comment, but comments can be emailed to trustees@cdaschools.org.
Well, Pfizer has submitted data to the FDA to get the COVID vaccine approved now for children ages 5 to 11. The company is expected to make a formal request for emergency authorization in the coming weeks. The trial data submitted today included more than 2,000 participants. Pfizer says their vaccine provides protection against severe COVID symptoms in children. The dose would be given the dose that would be given to kids is going to be smaller than what's given to those 12 and older. Well, taking a look at coronavirus data, the Spokane Regional Health District reported 340 new coronavirus cases today. SRHD also reported 18 new coronavirus deaths last week. Right now, there are 171 COVID patients hospitalized right now in Spokane County. About 63% of eligible Spokane County residents have initiated the COVID vaccination process, and about 56% of those living in Spokane County are fully vaccinated. Spokane Regional Health District also released this graph, which shows our hospitalizations since February of 2020. You can see the trend we've been talking about with higher hospitalization rates. We are starting to see now a downward trend, though the health district says the number of new cases and daily hospitalizations are going down. So for the latest coronavirus headlines in our area, just text the word COVID to 509-448-2000. We'll send that information right to your phone.
All right, still to come on KREM News at 4. The ban on utility shutoffs ends in just 2 days. Coming up after the break, we'll talk options if you still have overdue bills. The Spokane Neighborhood Action Partners will join us live to answer questions about what resources are available.